moment, I wanted to scream at her and tell her she was lying to me, because I didn't want to hear the truth. I'd rather her not tell me anything. That was the defining point in my life. That was the point that changed me, because I felt like that was my identity. I felt like that if I couldn't even identify myself with another man, said that's my father, then who could I identify with? If he didn't want me, my real father didn't want me, then who am I? I didn't know anything about myself. And moreover, I couldn't trust my mother. I couldn't trust her because she had lied to me for 10 years of my life. So we separated. I no longer trusted her or any other adult. The neighborhood that I lived in was a white ghetto minus the projects. So there was plenty of kids running around with no fathers. So it was easy to find a group of people to hang out with. The kids that I hung out with was 3 or 4 years older than me. And I remember one day we were skipping school. Again, I was about the age of 10. We were skipping to my friend Steve's house. And I remember him going to the couch and pulling a tray out from under there. And on it was a tray of marijuana. We rolled it up and smoked it. We were so young, we didn't even know how to properly roll it. We put the seeds and everything in there, so when we're smoking, it's popping. Around the same time, I started going to different schools. The schools that I went to were full of gangs, full of violence, and full of drugs. And I had no interest in going to a school where it was more important to carry a pistol than get an education. Why would I want to go to a place like that? So I skipped school continuously. Not only that, but the schools that I went to were some of the worst that Kansas City had to offer. You guys know anything about Kansas City, you know about Central. That was one of the schools that I went to. I was one of the only white kids in that school. I was a minority. So it was hard for me to fit in. I had to do things to make me separate myself from the rest of the class. So I was a class clown. I stayed in the ISS room. I stayed kicked out.